that we share the same idea.
The payments industry.
Hey loves, welcome back to another video. Okay, so today's video is going to be a bit different. We're going to the first ever upside down house in West Africa. Yep, you heard that right. A whole house turned upside down. Oh, and I'm not going alone. I have a very special guest joining me today. My date from Ghana. You know, he used to be a stranger to this channel. At this point, he's practically part of the fam. And trust me, you want to watch till the end because we'll be having another conversation to get to know us better. Okay? So let's get into it. The Upside Down House is located at Landmark Center in Lagos, very central. It's on the island, super easy to find. Now, to visit, you'll need to book your tickets ahead of time. No showing up and hoping for the best, though. You can book your visit through the Landmark Citizen app or the website at upsidedownhouse.ng. Now, let me break down the prices for you real quick. From Monday to Thursday, the prices range from 3,250 naira to 6,250 naira. Then from Fridays to Sundays, that's the weekend, it's a bit pricier. So we're looking at from 10,250 to like 17,250, right? Yeah, weekend prices are giving like Lagos inflation, but honestly, it's worth it. And listen, here is a little insider tip. Pay the extra 200 naira flexible scheduling fee. I'm begging you. You think you get there on time, but Lagos traffic will humble you. Just pay it and save yourself the stress so you can easily move your bookings in case you miss your time slot. Honestly, this is also such a cute and affordable date idea. It's not every time, babe, let's go to restaurant. Sometimes take your partner to an upside down house so that you can show them how upside down their life would be without you. Okay? All right. So when you get there, the first thing that happens is a quick briefing. They'll give you the house rules and you want to pay attention because this house is not for the weak. Oh. The rules are pretty straightforward. So no running or jumping. You do not want to test gravity in this place. No food or drinks because if something spills, I mean, it's going to be hanging from the ceiling. Okay, just kidding. Pregnant guests, sorry, not allowed. No pets, leave your pets at home. And oh, wear flats, like comfortable shoes. Trust me on this one, you will need your balance. So once you get there and they've checked your time slots and all that good stuff, they show you this hilarious video about Mr. Pedro and how the house came to be. The story is basically about a guy who woke up one day and his whole house flipped upside down when they were carrying me, something like that. And Sha landed somewhere in Landmark. All right. I love how they added a fun story to it. It makes the whole experience feel more intentional. It's not just a random house turned upside down, it's a whole vibe. Kudos to Landmark for the storytelling.
Flipped upside down, the house of Pedro had fallen. And so, time passed, but the old house's walls remained intact, as if Akinsheye Pedro himself had willed it to stay standing.
And then the moment of truth. We step inside the house, and I kid you not, my brain couldn't handle it. So the downstairs is the upstairs, and the upstairs is the downstairs. I don't know how else to explain this thing, but I hope you get it. So we were in the upstairs part of the house, even though we were downstairs. Yeah.
When Maria actually became a big girl. Hi, are we here?
Yes.
And this is connected to Pedro's bedroom. This space was meant for his very personal guests. That table over there was where he used to do his work and play Scrabble. He used to like sit in here to actually read the newspaper. And welcome to Pedro's bedroom.
Sorry, Drew guy.
You don't ask if you have a question.
No, it just like hits me now. Is it in any way related to Femi Pedro?
So there are a lot of bedrooms, right? This bedroom gets not related to Femi Pedro.
Okay. That's all.
This is Pedro's bedroom. And you're free to use the bed, the
How?
washroom. You don't need to just climb it the way you can climb it. Anything that will make it stay, you can do it. Some very nice Spider-Man moves and Batman style. You can do it. You're free to use the washroom if you want. This is the bathtub, the sink.
The toilet.
This space is actually
Oh, this is the best one.
She used to do a career.
So you add the
Falling out.
inspiration.
You can just
Wow.
now that you've seen every part of the ground floor, please can take pictures.
The whole experience was like walking through an optical illusion. Your mind keeps trying to convince you that you are upside down, but you're not. I was even trying to walk on the ceiling at some point. In fact, I think we were on the ceiling. So we were walking on the ceiling while the ground was up. Well, please make do with that information what you want to, but this is such a fun experience. Then we went to the next floor, which is the ground floor, but it's upstairs. So the kitchen, girl, the kitchen was wild. Pots and pans were just chilling above me. Imagine trying to cook dinner in this space. I mean, no thanks. Even the fridge, everything. It was really interesting to see how these things were suspended, from the ceiling or from the floor in the please let me not bite my tongue. Anyway, the chairs, the living room, the chairs, the TV, even the picture frames were all hanging from the ceiling. My mind was working overtime trying to make sense of this. I was just standing there like, wait, what? And our special guest was, also having so much fun, I guess, because we took a lot of pictures. It's the kind of experience that leaves you happy, fun, scratching your head also at some point. Anyway, after the tour, we stopped at the gift shop, to pick up some cute souvenirs. Oh, and they gave us a bottle of water after, which was honestly needed because the house messes with your sense of balance, and it was so thoughtful of them to do that. So after it, we just came out, took more pictures outside, and yeah, so the overall tour I think lasted about 25 minutes. I think we also exceeded our time because by the time you finish taking pictures inside, you want to get the nice angle, the best angle, it takes a lot of time. But yeah, it's like 25 minutes for the tour. Oh, so would I recommend it? 100% yes. If you're in Lagos and looking for something different to do, especially if you're on a date or hanging out with friends, this is it. It's creative, it's fun, and you will leave with the coolest pictures for Instagram. And honestly, sometimes you just need to flip your perspective, literally. Okay. Hi guys, welcome to this other segment. We finished the upside down house. How was it for you?
It was cool, it was chilled, but like I think most of us began having this thing where we stay for too long, getting a bit busy.
Yes.
Like the illusion that this isn't your usual house, not haunted, but like yeah.
Yes, and I think that's why they made it short. It was like 25 minutes tour and all that. Because the longer you stay, I think you start getting tired. And
It's called vertigo.
yeah,
Not vitiligo.
yeah, that's
vertigo.
what he said. Yes, and so. And good advice, please make sure you eat before going, because that was a terrible mistake.
And drink water.
I made, yes, and drink water, because it's very exhausting to an extent, even though it's 25 minutes. But yeah, I came out feeling very tired, I needed to catch my breath. Right. So anyway, so in this segment, we are getting to know each other. Of course, if you watch our previous video, the date video, you know that this guy here used to be a stranger, but now he's no more a stranger. He's now my friend. Yes. And so we actually want to get to know each other using these cards, right? So these are cards where it's basically a tool for deeper talk. They're icebreaker questions to create like lasting and more impactful connections. So we're just going to do it and just, have a conversation around it. You definitely want to watch till the end of this segment, because yeah, we might be spilling one or two things about those.
Yeah, it's also going to be like certain perspectives that you might not have thought about for certain things. So I mean, this might probably like shape or change what you already kind of knew, and hopefully maybe some laughs here and there.
Abby. So
exactly.
Let's go. So for the cards, right, there are categories, different categories. So there's the dreams, life lessons, exposed, courage.
Tell them which color.
And okay, yes.
Each.
So dreams is this one.
Gray stack.
It's gray. Then life lessons is yellow. Then exposed is green. Courage is blue.
Sky blue.
Yes, sky blue actually. Belief is red, a orange.
For you atheists out there, this is for you people.
Then self-awareness is purple, a blue, dark blue, whatever it is. Like
purple, royal purple.
Okay, so we're just going to be picking and then we'll be answering. So the way it's going to be is I'll pick a card and then I'll ask him the question and then he responds. So he picks a card, asks me, and I respond. Okay. So let's do this. Purple is self-awareness. Oh, okay. Who deserves credit in your life that you've been slow to acknowledge?
I would say my eldest sister. I would say that because I and her, we kind of like think alike. So, for instance, she's abroad. I've been abroad too. So, like, immigration life is what we can both relate to. And she also has this mindset of probably one day I want to like have my own income source. I want to be in control of my business. She pushes me a lot. She's always like seeing opportunities and everything. So this constant, and she's a firstborn and a lady. So this whole firstborn daughters already have a lot of things to do, and she still has time for stubborn me. What would it take to remove the biggest obstacle between you and your goals?
What will it take? I think something I'm also learning recently is actually audacity. Audacity. It will take a lot of audacity. I need to drink from the well of audacity, the kind of audacity that you people have.
What did we do?
There's an audacity that men have.
Ladies love saying that men have audacity.
I'm serious, because you guys do. You guys have audacity.
Both of us have audacity.
Your own is like here. So that's the kind of audacity that I need to actually help me reach my goals. And that's really what I've been drinking a lot this year. So hopefully maybe we might end up reaching those goals. So next question from dream section. What's your go-to strategy for achieving your goals? All these goals.
Okay, it's pretty simple. So if you ask me, I believe that on the way to like reaching a particular goal, you have to break it into smaller steps. So take for instance, adding 10 kg by the end of this year. Right. So I know it's either I do it by eating or I do it by working out. I like to break it down into smaller distance. Okay, I need to go to the gym X times a week. You also have to eat according to your body weight. Because like you need 1 gram of protein per body weight. So if you weigh 8 kg, 88 grams of protein in a day, which is where supplements and everything come in. So like have these little steps and then compile everything together. So I'd say, okay, I'm going to the gym 4 times a week. My diet has to be this amount of eggs, this amount of meat and everything. And just like put all those little steps together to form this like big picture strategy thing. So what category is red again? Beliefs.
Hey, what's the question?
What do you think is the most damaging modern industry and why? I have an answer for this one, but it's your question. So go ahead.
The most damaging modern industry.
I could give you a clue if you want one.
I think it's not entertainment. It's
Same thing.
definitely
I was going to say.
It's definitely entertainment. Yeah, it is. What's the second? It's just
And
because-
why?
And why? Okay, I feel I'll put media and entertainment together because it has really shaped a lot of mindsets. I mean, there were days where you could listen to very clean songs that doesn't really necessarily have anybody insulting each other, or we're sexualizing women and all that. But now, if you want to sell in the industry, that's the kind of song that sell, and it's already making the mindset of young people. And then we also have like musicians who are okay with doing drugs and is open, and then there are young people seeing these things and they feel like, okay, for me to make a lot of money and to succeed,
I need to play this particular part.
This is the part
like if it's not this, nothing else.
So you see them trying everything they want just to get into entertainment. And then media, the podcast. So
I hate, please, 50-50 podcast. I don't want to hear that in this year.
Podcast, everybody has an opinion.
Like the thing about media, I think, is that it is entering into every single field, like both musical, both relationships, so even how the way people perceive their bodies.
Yes,
like
your body
there's this
as
thing
well.
of beauty standards.
Yes,
if a lady does not look like this, so then you have like rapid weight loss drugs that, of course, have side effects because your normal human body is not built to lose 10 kg in 3 weeks. Except you're training for like Creed or some like really serious movie, like intense, that needs you to like be in intense shape. So you have like body dysmorphia. I don't know what, like if I don't look like this particular person,
then
you have surgeries.
Exactly. Even this lifestyle creep, trying to look like what you're not.
Yeah.
So you look like you're rich when your account, your net worth zero.
Zilch.
It's just very crazy. So I think that's what it is. It's good that we share the same idea.
Entertainment industry.
This will make it simple.
What is it?
What is the skeleton in your closet?
I have many skeletons in my closet. What's your instinctive reaction when someone or something hurts you?
My instinctive reaction is to avoid the person or that's the first thing I just think about. Let me just actually avoid you first because I don't want that hurt maybe again, but the first thing is just avoid this person first. If you were given a year to live, this is cancer
questions.
Yeah.
Stage 4 cancer questions.
If you are given a year to live, what would you stop doing and what would you start?
What I would start doing, I would say helping strangers more, right? Because right now, the people who I help a lot more are those who I already know. But I believe like there are people who are not as privileged as yourself or your friends who definitely like help with your resources, which is what I would start doing. What I would stop doing, this thing requires me to say like a vice.
Say it now. Say it. What will you stop doing?
Okay, it's not a vice per se, but like I think I would stop doing this thing where I kind of think I'm too busy for people who I shouldn't be too busy for. Like, take for example, I know it might sound crazy, but like sometimes you get to the point where you do not even have time. No, have as much time as you should have for like family. Like I'm sure we all have like family group chats.
Yeah.
But like you've got work colleagues blowing up your phone, you've got friends blowing up your phone too, and then you check and your family group is at the bottom of your WhatsApp, and you're like, these are the people who you grew up with, like shouldn't be happening. So I would be more active with family, try to like rekindle relationships, which I may have been nonchalant about them ending, but like you don't want to have any like bad blood if you know you're going to end the next 1 year. So good question. With so many answers.
I feel like this is
why is there still poverty in the 21st century? Your answer on this is going to get a lot of criticism.
Oh my God.
Like Debbie, because you're privileged. So why do you think there's still poverty? Because me, I have my own answer, but
please, you give your answer to let's not be only me.
Okay, so you go first.
Okay, so why do I think there's still poverty? First and foremost, because I'm a child of God. The Bible even said that the poor you will always have with you. So I don't think there's ever going to be a time that there will not be poor people, because even in Jesus' time there were poor people. That's one. Then secondly, I also feel like it's a mindset thing. I think with my journey with money and finances, I've realized that is mindset usually. And this mindset can even be, when you say it's village people and everything, I've come to realize that they said the wrestle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. I'm like, no, it's not that one. It's the one that talks about your bringing down every stronghold, every mindset that exalts itself against. So I've realized that your mindset generally is even what the devil attacks, and then just that thing of the mind, because you can have enough money, you can empower somebody that is poor, give the person, things, give the person money. But if the person doesn't have the right mindset to actually know what to do with the money, they will squander it. So you realize that you just keep giving, and this person ends up keep going back to like being poor. And so I feel number one is the mindset. Number two is the fact that, there will always be poor people. And if you want to add village people, maybe.
Okay, what I would also say to this one is kind of more like from an economic standpoint, because it's inevitable that you won't talk about like disparity and mention economics. In terms of opportunity, there's definitely inequality.
Yes.
There are people who, like, from the day they are born in this world, they are not going to be poor. While there are people who
you have to walk your way.
Like you have to walk your way up to walk your, like there are some doors that I don't want to say anybody's name, but like some people will personally never enter unless maybe they're like the cleaner there or somebody referred you. So there's just this inequality from birth. And then I also think luck, would I call it luck, kind of plays a role. So there are people who, I had this thought in my head. There are people who like, it's like God has said that this one, your path in life will be smooth. Like they win all their awards. They get a scholarship for university. They get a scholarship abroad. Their first relationship is their first marriage. They're traveling. They're like, God damn, like what could go wrong with this person? And the other people who is like struggle. And they still die poor. And I'm like, God, is it that, you're not merciful or something? But like, I
actually read in the Bible, when Rebecca was pregnant for Esau and Jacob, God had already told her, Esau was already from birth, already designed for the kind of life that he will have. Right? It's not like God already knew that he was going to sell his birthrights for meat, because all those things. While Jacob was going to live this life, is from him that all his people are going to come from. And then you just be like, and I think that's the sovereignty of God, because
there's this preaching I heard. I don't know the pastor, but he was like, God does not choose who to have mercy on. I said, but there's a scripture that goes, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy on.
Yes.
That means that there are
Yes.
people who will not have mercy on.
Yes.
If we want to do what's an opposite. So if you ask me, I think there's a spiritual, because I cannot overlook it.
Yes, yes.
And there's an
a
economic
spiritual,
standpoint.
yes.
And then if you say poor could be, it depends on the country that you might be in again.
It's relative, yeah.
It's very relative. Like it could be earning money and be below the poverty line. Yeah, so I mean, and there are people too who, financial literacy, like Debbie said, if you ask me, I think money is like a wealth building tool.
Yeah.
If used well enough, like if you have time and a good income on your side, start investing as early as possible so that you can kick back your feet in maybe your 40s or whatever. But like, it's so many things. Like there's no one size fits all answer to that question.
Exactly. There are some things you cannot just even explain, and you're like, I beg. How do you imagine you spend your retirement?
I had this thought sometime last week because I'm someone who is like very keen on like investing and kind of like enjoying my likely old age.
Yeah.
Early. So I imagine I would have more flexibility to travel with my wife, probably my kids, if they don't disappoint me, should be walking by then already. So it's like me going to visit grandkids, have like what I said earlier, maybe like a charity or something where I just like maybe give out a scholarship per year. And yes, I'm still going to be vibrant by then.
Yeah, so fitness.
So I'm still going to be, I'm going to be looking like RMD.
Okay.
So I'm going to be giving like sugar daddy.
Zaddy vibes.
Exactly.
Okay.
What moment do you wish you could relive and even change?
I wish I could relive that moment. So there was this guy.
Love.
That I don't know if he ever watches my videos, but I don't know. For some reason, I wish that we ended up together. I won't lie. But then we were in school then, and then we used to do midnight call. Then when I think from being a border, I came home during WAEC NECO time. He was in King's College then. So we used to talk. We're talking. I got fond of this guy. I think my sister will even remember I would leave the room to come to the corridor 12 midnight so that we'll talk till 5 a.m. My dear, we built a family.
Shakes my head. I never did that in actually.
We built a family by call. Like it was that deep that we were talking marriage. We were talking how many kids we wanted to have.
We've all been there before.
We're talking, you said you've never done it before though.
No, like number of kids.
Okay.
But like midnight from 12 to 5. When I'm not discussing about how to take over the world or something.
No, useful exorbitance.
I never did it.
And then I spoke to his mom at a point, like it was that serious. He asked me to go to prom with him, but I did not because there was this other person I was eyeing that I wanted to go with to prom. But he was a very cool guy. Like he was good. He was kind. He had the kindest heart ever. Like he was just, even after we left school, I think it was very hard for us to reconnect again. But then for some reason, he somehow found me on Facebook again, reached out. But then he had left the country already. So we couldn't even because like after secondary school, he just left the country. And then we lost touch and all that. I actually want to relive that moment again because it just felt good. You know, this the way you just have this person that is so kind, this person that is just, you think, oh, this is for me, this is my person, that kind of thing. I would actually love to relive that moment. And then if I could change anything, I'd have probably changed saying yes to him to the prom, and not really because the guy that I wanted did not want me.
It does not involve love. I've not been there too much.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
You will experience love.
I've experienced it before.
Love that butterfly is.
It tasted like bitter leaf.
No,
initially.
It's not real love now. So when do you feel most alive?
I feel most alive when I'm working out. Especially if I am carrying heavier weight than I last carried. So it's like I was struggling with this kg last week. This week, I'm on to the next heavy one and I can do as much. So it's like this sense of accomplishment in my head. And when I'm done with the whole workout and I'm kind of like exhausted, but I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to the next bigger weight next time. So I think it's something that comes with gymming.
What decision are you grateful you didn't make?
The fact that I think this one, I don't know, I'm grateful that I left for the UK when I left, considering the exchange rate now. Thank God I did not stay because no, like it's one of these things that you would live with like regrets. Like what if, because thank God I left, and like it's just been like God has been like ordering my steps and writing my path and everything. So from like arriving in UK to part-time jobs where people couldn't even get shifts, to meeting new friends, solid connections, and even my current like position in work currently. So like it feels all like tailored and orchestrated. So I'm grateful that I did not make that choice to still remain in the country, and then I'll be looking for how much to travel.
Easy question.
Where in your life are you lazy, and what's your excuse?
In my fitness journey.
You just began now. You cannot say you're lazy.
I used to be lazy with it. Let me tell you, I'm serious. I used to be lazy.
How many times have you restarted it?
Every new year.
It makes sense now. I agree with you.
Every new year. Every new year. I think this is the one that I'm like
the most locked in on it.
Yeah. And to be honest, I think it's because of you. Don't let your head.
What would she do without me?
And I think it's one of those things where it's good to have like people that sort of motivate you, and like your environment, right? It's sort of that. So I'm giving you the credit because getting to know you, right, actually, and seeing how consistent you are. If it's that I did not know your story and I did not even see how skinny you were.
People don't believe.
I would think that, okay, you just like fitness for fitness sake. But knowing your story and seeing how far you've come, it just gave me that, oh no, if I want to change something, I can actually change it if I put my mind to it, right? So that was really what blew me off. And I'm like, no, I have to get this done. So even when my friend, who is my accountability partner at the moment, kept talking about like, oh, we'll do it, we need to do it, I'm like, babe, I'm all in, right? So she's motivating me, you're motivating me, I'm seeing this thing, even when times I'm like, I'm tired, I don't want to do this again, and then I come and tell you, and then you're like, don't worry, just do this, take it one step at a time, break it down.
Yep.
It doesn't just happen overnight, because for me, I'm just like, I'm supposed to get this thing when I do it once, right? So I think that is really, I used to be very lazy in my fitness journey. So guys, we are done with our video.
Q&A.
Yes, Q&A. So how was the experience again? Second time meeting Debbie and second time spending time together.
One time meeting Debbie was definitely better than the first time.
Oh, was it?
Still maintain the same lively, chilled person. She likes taking pictures, lots of them. So you will definitely be seeing some on her Instagram.
Thanks to him. Thank you too for being that photographer that will be patient with your muse. Because I know I stressed you, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
No problem. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, so that the algorithm does its thing and get Debbie to 100,000 followers before the end of the year.
Yeah, thank you.
And help her monetize her page too.
Thank you.
Is it page or channel?
Channel. Help her monetize her channel.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you too for an amazing time. You guys, you might see us again. Who knows? We might have a part 3. Yeah.
Till next time.